Hello, my CSPs out there. J Miles here with another vid, and I'm sitting here on this Thursday night, peaceful night, sipping on some soda that I mixed, Coke and Dr. Pepper mixed together. Don't ask me how it tastes, guys. It tastes pretty good to me though, but you might not like it. So yeah, I just want to dive in this little rant that I got going on, talking about the terrorists and the 75 leaders, different countries that came to the table. They beat China out. China was the last one to come to the table because China wanted to retaliate. You know, it's not enough for them to steal intellectual property from us, our secrets and the whole 9 yards, you know, but China wanted to slap 84% tariff on American goods. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I think that's pretty messed up. So Trump turned around and put a 125% tariff back on China, you know, and that's pretty much what it is. It's a crushing move. You know, China's sitting back and, you know, probably boo-hooing about it. You know, they ain't seen nothing yet because Trump is not done. You know, it's gonna be more to come. China's not out the woods. You know, our economy might be moving slow, but we can deal with it. For those who understand what's going on with the country and what Trump's trying to do and put this country back on track. And first, America first. So it's working, and Trump is doing a really good job at it. You know, he's the art of deal making. For those who think not, you need to do your research and find out more about this and how Trump moves and how he works. You know, but yeah, China came in last, and that just show you that China's not an ally of us. That just shows you that China has been playing hardball with the United States and basically kicking us in the dirt every chance they get, decade after decade. Partial blame goes to the Democrats, you know, because they allow it to happen without any recourse. They allow it to happen. You know, the sad thing about it too, they have decades. You know, Nancy Pelosi came out talking about the tariffs and what China was doing to this country back in the 90s. You know, it's sad that they never act on it though. Okay, I'm back, guys. I had a customer. Yeah, but, you know, Nancy Pelosi talked about this, you know, that we was getting cheated. But the thing is, you know, the Democrats, they'll talk about something, but they don't act. You know, they don't make any effort to better this country, you know, with all the things that they talk about in the past, you know, because now we got a president that's actually doing everything that the Democrats talked about in the past. Trump is doing it right now, which, you know, we need it right now. Otherwise, you know, hell, we wouldn't have no country. We'd be bankrupt. You know, I'm just gonna say it like that, put it out there. We'll be bankrupt, you know, and then we'll be in turmoil, worse than what we are about the border being open and all this other crap going on in this country. It'd be worse, you know. But yeah, the Democrats talked about tariffs. Trump even talked about tariffs. I put that in a video yesterday I put out. He was on Oprah Winfrey show, 1988, the Oprah show. And he wasn't even president, wasn't even thought about being president then. Trump was just a businessman, and he talked about tariffs. It was very important. He talked about tariffs, what he would do with these other, especially China, with these other countries. Trump talked about this, and he wasn't even president then, 30 years ago. And now he's president, he's putting everything he talked about then in motion, and it's working. And that's what the left failed to realize, it's working. Everything that they talked about, you know, even the tariffs, Barack talked about the tariffs, Clinton talked about the tariffs, they talked about waste and fraud, but did they act on it? No, because they had no interest in making this country better. The only thing they seen interest in is putting extra money in their pockets. That's all they cared about from the beginning, decade after decade, is putting more money in their pocket, building big government, building all these so-called initiatives and all this other crap going on, bureaucracy that didn't benefit the American people. And that's why Trump won fair and square, because he had his intentions was right. You know, everything he did, he talked about on the campaign trail. No one can deny that. If they do deny it, they just deranged, you know, pretty much deranged. you know, and don't like this guy. It's a personal thing, vendetta, you know, that they have against Trump. Even some of the Democrats have personal vendettas. But in the end, Trump is the president. That's my time, guys. Peace. I'm out, J Miles.